S-T-R-O. Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright.
Yep.
I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym. The job, you can see that on my head is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Grape colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop, it's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired, can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room, and we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Oakland Raiders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start here with Jackson, and not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. On second down, this is Jackson. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
87's mom. Don't worry about that. I'm here all day. Check for it.
On 3rd down, it's Allen, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
Mike 58, right there. Let's go, defense.
They'll run on first down. It's Brown, and this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. A run here with Brown. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. A gain there of 21 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Raiders' 24-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Double tight. Hey. We got 3.
The give, Foster running right. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
We're set. UAT. Alert. I'm coming after you.
Throwing on 3rd down. Watson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Joker. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Now a give, right side. It's Jackson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. They were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether it's seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Running right, here's Brown. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Raiders nothing.
What's that? UAT! You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. All day, punk.
3rd and long. It's Watson. Buying time to his left. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
Let's go.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines, What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Young to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 15-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the 31-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run now with Brown. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd, Watson going deep for Hopkins. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Complete to DeAndre Hopkins. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
19. Check 55 to Mike. I'm here all day.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Brown. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try and punch it in with Foster. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
It's now 4th and goal.
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. A shotgun handoff now, Foster. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
A first down carry for Foster. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. So naturally they will decline it. They got the first down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the first down through hard work and effort anyway? First down.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal.
Watch the slap. Alert. Check your hot read. Say. Watch out. Continue forward.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That second down play nets a -4.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans push further out in front. Now for the point after.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
And his kick is good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. It's Young. And he's got his man on the out route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check. 59. Mike 59.
First and 10, Young. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again, Young. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for first and 10. To the air once more, Young. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there with his second touchdown here in this first half as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Check it back. 59. Move.
Watson on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Watch 55. Here it comes. Here it comes. 55 is my guy. 55. All day.
Throwing again on second and 10. Watson. And a catch made by Hopkins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
You gonna see me in your nightmares.
first down. It's Watson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his third touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans push further out in front. The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now up to 14.
Makes the score Texans 28, Raiders 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Watson. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
That's another Texans.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll try the right side with Foster. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
2 yards on the pickup.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Young to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back, and they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
3rd and long for Young. Throw there going to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Pulled in at the 24. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, here's Watson. Got an open man. It's Foster. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Set, 19, check, 55 to Mike. I'm coming for you. You guys will go.
Now a handoff working right. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw, Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
You got nothing. Check your core. 31. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
Watson throwing on 3rd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Blue down. Whip.
Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
It's third down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
That's the end of the first quarter of play. With the score, Texans 35.
The Raiders on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Young from the shotgun. A throw left side complete to Biletnikoff. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Allen. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Young. This is Casper catching it out right. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
After the interception, here's Watson. They'll roll him out right. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. From 17 yards out. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you rush coming, and he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while. Many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now again, right side, Jackson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Young working out of the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 10. An unbelievable punt there. We're talking 70-plus yards. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Reset.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They run, it's Foster, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Who's that? Who's that? Is that yours? Hey, 31!
Now they try the right side here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Fielded just inside the 20. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Jonathan Joseph there for the tackle. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game. Well, that's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on 1st down, and I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
That throw by Young incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. On 4th down, Young. He gets it to Brown, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Young eluding the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Young to throw again on 2nd and 10. It's caught by Jackson. Call it a 3-yard gain, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
59, Mike, check, 59. Delta, switch. Yeah. He's coming to you, motion. Hey. Check 59.
It'll be Young again. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking.